It's always good to listen to the voice in our head, but always remember that the one you should let speak is the heart. Lisette celebrated her 54th birthday just a few days ago. Amidst a fabulous party that night, her children were present, having come from the capital bringing Maria X's siblings, who brought memories from her childhood, and friends who collaborated in that day's celebration, as Lisette was a much-admired woman. The beautiful details she received were from her husband. Everyone was having a tremendous celebration. They drank, ate, and danced. Laughter and conversations filled the air, and the attendees were happy and curious about Reuben. Similarly, for Lisette, it had always been a joy, except for the fact that her husband was absent from the party. It was strange for him to miss such an important date, especially not remembering his wife's birthday. As life filled her mind with roses, gifts, perfumes, and more, Lisette found it unknown what happened to Reuben. And why hadn't he come back home yet? Said Elisette to her sister, fearing for him because something might have happened due to his absence. However, she comforted herself by saying he wouldn't take long to arrive with a beautiful surprise, as always. Lisette calmed down, saying, "Mora, you're right, I'm worrying for nothing, I'm sure he's on his way." As the minutes passed, she danced with her friends, glancing at the clock until she told herself, "I think I'm overreacting. I know Reuben has a lot of work, especially at this time when there are more responsibilities." Very excited, she continued attending to her guests until she received a text message. "Hello love, sorry for not coming, you know I have a lot of work, but I promise to make it up to you. I might be with a beautiful girl," thought Lisette. "I'll be arriving very soon, I love you, see you later." It was midnight, the party ended, and the guests bid farewell. However, Reuben did not arrive. The next day, he arrived very tired, took a shower, and went straight to sleep. Elisette was quite surprised, but preferred not to disturb him. When he woke up, she had prepared a delicious lunch, and while they were at the table eating, Lisette asked, "Love, what happened? I knew you had a lot of work, but not so much that you'd completely disappear in the middle of all my friends." Somewhat irritated, he said, "Woman, please, don't suffocate me now, I'm very tired." Throughout that week, Reuben's behavior was similar. He spent a lot of time away, locked himself in the room for long periods, barely communicating with his wife. He was disorganized. His wife was alarmed by the behavior and, on one occasion, called Vanessa, her older sister, to share some of her concerns about Reuben. "Lisette, I hope you're well, sister. I called for a little chat," said the woman. "I'm glad you called me, but tell me, why do I sense you're a bit distressed? You know, I'm going through a problem now. Reuben is different, he doesn't communicate with me, he's not as detailed, and he locks himself in our room for hours, leaving me completely alone at home. It's strange, he's never been like this, you know. The truth is, I know, sincerely. We're all surprised by his absence, but we didn't want to say anything. He knew it was your birthday, and the least we wanted was for you not to feel bad. I had noticed this behavior in Reuben some time ago, but I didn't want to meddle." "Yeah, but do you believe me? Should I worry about my mental sanity? Terrible things are happening, like a hunch." "And why, sister? What do you think it is?" "To me, Reuben has a lover. It's strange that he disappears for hours, stays in the living room for a long time, or that he's simply not the way he used to be, sister. But if you have this hunch, there's something to it. Some time ago, I installed very discreet cameras in my house. I did it because I thought an employee stole some things. However, I found out that wasn't true, but that's another story. I recommend you do that, and thus clear up your doubts." "Yes, please. I feel strange about this idea, but I won't dismiss it. Thank you, sister, for listening to me. I love you a lot, and I hope to visit you soon. Take care, fight. You know you can count on me for everything." Several months passed since that conversation, and Reuben's behavior remained the same, disorderly and inattentive. For the past 30 years since they got married, and even before that, Reuben had been a very attentive husband, bringing chocolates, sending letters, and even coming home with flowers. But Reuben was absent from almost everything nowadays. Lisette, very determined, called the security company her sister recommended to install cameras throughout her house. That's how the young technicians came to install them while her husband was out working. They left her with a tablet that gave her access to monitor the house, even the bedroom and the patio. She was sure her husband had a lover. She began monitoring his movements while at home, discovering that when he locked himself in the room, he slept and rushed to the bathroom. From the room, it's really strange, she said to herself. Then, he made a video call on his phone with someone who was smiling and sometimes even crying. Looking at that behavior, Lisette shivered and cried because she discovered that her great love had a lover. She didn't know whether to confront him, leave him, or just cry. She maintained this behavior for up to 2 weeks, and it was the moment when she couldn't bear it anymore and confronted Reuben in the heat of the moment. "Reuben, I want to talk to you. Give me just a few minutes. I found out that you've changed for over a year and a half, and I found out that you're seeing someone." Her husband was utterly upset. He told her, "But my Lisette, what are you talking about? How am I seeing someone?" Yes, you have someone, Reuben. Don't lie to me, tell me who she is, because you're leaving our family. You're ruining my life, Reuben, who knows how long you've been doing this to me. Look, I have you on camera. When you go to the bathroom to talk to her or even make video calls. I can't take this." When Reuben saw his wife crying inconsolably, he was beside himself, asking for forgiveness. But he explained that the reason for her tears was not infidelity, but that he had to tell her something he had been hiding for a long time, and even after revealing this truth, he would gather his things and leave. The woman, very scared and crying, listened to him without saying a word. "Lisette, it hurts me that you think I have someone else, when for many years it has been proven that you're the love of my life. I didn't find the right time to confess to you that I have stage 13 cancer, that my 2 kidneys and lungs are involved, and I can't have time or quality. I tried to work more to ensure a peaceful future for you, and even wanted to leave the house, but I know I can't live without you. Love, forgive me for not saying this earlier, so you wouldn't worry, because there's nothing more to do. I'm taking medicine that makes me drowsy. Unfortunately, it destabilizes me, so I rush to the bathroom to vomit, and the calls you saw are with the doctor who's treating me. Forgive me, darling, for not saying this before, but I wanted you to stay calm. Now I'll gather my things and leave, so you won't suffer anymore." The news was shocking, paralyzing because she didn't expect such a confession. They hugged, cried, and even forgave each other. In the midst of the conversation, they decided that nobody would comment on what Reuben was going through because they didn't want people's pity amid so much pain. The couple resumed a very honest, secure, and stable life until Reuben's last days. Sometimes, it's difficult to tell or share sad news with our loved ones, fearing to hurt or cause them pain. However, hiding situations that could help us make things bearable causes more pain. Friends, we've come to the end of this story. Now tell me, which part impacted you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And I invite you to share this on all your social networks. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. A big hug, and see you later.